Hello everyone, and welcome to Divine Debut. This is Kathy speaking. Happy Monday, everyone. Happy Monday, the 24th of January of 2022. Happy to be here with you. Hope you had a wonderful weekend. Just letting you all know I'm busy working on a reading for the next 3 months for all signs. So I may not show up the next couple of days as I'll be very busy. Thank you all for your comments, your support, your love that you show always. Okay, every single day. The moon is transiting through Libra. It's all about relationships, partnerships, and harmony. And Mars is ready to ingress into Capricorn. Aries and Scorpio people out there with, strong Aries and Scorpio placements. Mars is going to be in a very powerful position, in the position of Capricorn. This is powering up. This is being mature, moving forward. Cardinal Earth, stabilizing something long-term in our life. So we've all got Mars somewhere in our chart, but we don't know for each of you, as depends on your rising sign, right? Which area of life this is for you. It's in Capricorn, which does deal with career, with goals, with, taking leadership, standing strong, taking that steep climb to accomplish what it is that we're wanting. So this is very gutsy, very courageous, okay? Someone out there, it's mostly strong for Capricorn people, obviously, because Capricorn is where Mars is entering now. So let's see what is the Karma Dharma. We're reading the energies. Remember, this is a general reading. And we've got the Fool. There is Mars. This is Aries, right? New beginnings, instigating change. But, and we know the Fool needs to trust. The Fool is all about beginnings. Aries is a new beginning. It's a new cycle. Logically, we're closing up major cycles to do with the past. In relation to what it is that we love, the relationships, the people. Venus is retrograding. She's actually now, she's stopping. There's no movement. If you're waiting on money owed to you to come back, to get to you in the next week, not very good chances for that. It's not about moving forward. Venus is very powerful. She's taking a moment to think before she starts to move direct. Okay, she's looking, what she needs to do. She's looking at what she needs to do. And she's, as soon as Mars ingresses into Capricorn, Venus already feels Mars behind her. He's starting to chase her. And Mars is our desire. It's our energy, right? It's what we are passionate, what we want to create, what we desire to move forward with. So, yeah, love is very important at this time. Love relationships, relationships with friends, with other people, right? Any sort of relationships. Is there value in your relationships? Let's see what the energies are. What does Spirit want us to know today, or whenever you get to watch this reading? Remember, we're reading the energies. So if you're reading it at the end of January, it will be important for you. The energies we're reading, not the astrology that I speak of in the beginning. But remember, astrology is also, you cannot pinpoint the exact moment. So the energies, again, it's energy. It's all vibrations. It's all frequencies. It's what we attract and what we give out, what we share. Let's take 3 cards and see what's going on, dear Spirit. Monday, 7 of Swords. 2 of Cups. So there's been deception, there's been secrecy where partnership, relationship, any relationships are concerned. Okay, and it's got to do with the past. Someone did not have the courage to speak truthfully, and therefore maybe a cycle ended, a karmic cycle in relation to a soulmate, a divine union here. Okay, the 7 of Swords is also strategy. Okay, in this deck, it actually speaks of a wish card. Yes, it does. It actually speaks of a wish card. Maybe that's why someone kept information, because they were wishing for this union, and maybe they kept some information. I don't know if this sort of backfired, because, you know, we're starting to see many things that are coming through. Lots of lies, deception, information missing, confusion, miscommunications. We've still got Mercury retrograde. So what's this all about? Wow, lovely, lovely to see. The Wheel of Fortune comes through and says that it is timing. This is the Wheel of Fate. This is Jupiter transiting in Pisces, which is Neptunian nebulous. So Jupiter is going to clear the air in relation to these sorts of matters. And remember that the Seven of Swords is also strategy. Someone's trying to be intelligent, right? Trying to work their way around difficulties maybe, or maybe even holding on to secrets pertaining to a cycle, a major cycle that's ending in their own life. Okay, this is a 10, remember. I want to take a couple more cards. We have the Queen of Cups, so Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Yeah, there's a dilemma. There's a dilemma concerning someone's emotions, a love situation. Queen of Cups is very intuitive. I don't know if this is pertaining to Pisces, because Jupiter is in Pisces now. Usually this divine feminine is more on the lighter side. Light colored eyes could be pertaining to your situation. Brown, fair to brown hair. A very motherly, soft-natured woman. Someone who's ready to sacrifice, to give from the heart. Remember, it's strong intuition, but it can also speak to a very strong soul connection. We've got 3 cups here, and 3 we know can speak to a reconciliation, possibly, or that she's dealing with 2 different people, because the card of dilemma and not knowing what to do, needing to trust her intuition. That's what's playing out here. Someone's needing to take the blinders off, or is going to be taking off the blinders, because Jupiter is going to bring us the truth. Now, Jupiter can also speak to your luck changing, where money is concerned. This could speak to travel overseas, some sort of a phase that's completing, some sort of it could also speak to legalities pertaining to partnership here. Let's see what the outcome card is, dear Spirit. We've got a couple of 2s here, so we're trying to find our balance and our harmony. And we have the Sun. This is beautiful. The Sun does speak to Leo. It speaks to happiness. It can relate to marriage, a possible commitment. This is the card of reconciliation. It's the card of marriage. Very high prospects, very bright prospects coming through with the Wheel of Fate turning here. I do see that the decision that's going to be made is going to be based in truth and based in matters of heart, because Leo is the heart. Again, Leo does also speak to fire. Even though it's fixed fire, someone now is being challenged to move from their fixed position and more than likely listen to their heart. The Sun also brings us healing. It brings us clarity. And what's interesting is that in about a week, we're having a new moon in Aquarius, which is right opposite Leo, obviously. So something could be playing out in the week coming forward. And it relates to marriage. There's, again, I just mentioned the word marriage. Again, this could also be an agreement. Pertaining to business, something that possibly will give you stability, celebration, a happy home. Okay, it does show Jupiter here, and Jupiter is very powerful in Pisces. The 4 of Wands, 4 does look like the glyph of Jupiter, doesn't it? 4 speaks to home. It speaks to our stability, our financial security, our emotional happiness, a sense of safety. Okay, so Four of Wands also is the 1111 card. So portals, a possible important portal. Could also be a second chance at this portal opening up. And we've got the Three of Cups, everyone. Celebration and bright happenings. A rekindling. Some sort of happy news coming to one's home in relation to a decision that someone could be making now. So, you know, the outcome could pertain to the near future. Let's not get stuck on, you know, this is done on the 24th. The energies are very, you know, timing is very hard to pick, and we're reading for so many of you. So let's take a message from the Lightworker Oracle and let's see what the news is today. What the energies are now as I'm reading this, and when you're viewing, and this card nearly fell on my lap, so I'm going to take it. We have Dark Angel. Wow. Number 30. And Dark Angel, my darlings, I would say is the energy of Pluto. And Pluto is transiting through Capricorn, obviously. I know that Hades was the fallen angel, right? He was punished by being thrown into the underworld. I also wanted to mention that, you know, Pluto is still very much in the picture. And Pluto does speak to changes, major changes. Mercury's retrograding backwards. He's going to connect once more to Pluto, to Hades. So we know that the Mercury can cover all the realms, right? The messenger of the gods. He's got the ability. He's neutral. He's not feminine. He's not masculine. He's the trickster. He can be here and he can be there. That's why he was the messenger of the gods. And the Seven of Swords obviously speaks to the trickster energies. Now, Mercury retrograding, he's coming up to that first degree. That first degree, first degree of Aquarius, where Jupiter and Saturn conjoined and started cycles. They started 20-year cycle, a 200-year cycle, and Mercury is going to be on that degree just about now when you're watching this. And he's heading back into Capricorn, which he will meet up with Pluto, the Dark Angel. And so he's just visited the king. He was in the embrace of the sun. He's looking, you know, at the highest realm and then at the lowest realm, which is the sun and Pluto, right? And Venus is also ready to turn direct in the next couple of days. She will also be contacting, reaching, and joining Pluto as well as Mars. So there's, you know, this is such an important time, Number 30, which speaks to 3. 3 can speak to disharmony, but it can also speak to a completion again of a cycle. It can also speak to a possible, because 3 is the Empress, a possible third person, third situation, or maybe even a possible successful moment where you see that what, you know, you've been trying to work on, what you've been putting your energy towards. 3 again is a number of success, an initial success, but there's more work to be done. Let's read. The Dark Angel comes to you with a radical truth. Divine love is always there for you without exception. Love will never forget you. It will never stop caring for you, even when it seems most unlikely. In fact, especially then, the divine is reaching for you and nurturing you. Even our wounds are ways that we can discover love and divine grace through the healing process. And that does bring up Chiron for me in Aries. Chiron, remember, is that open wound. It can also speak to wounds that we're carrying, obviously from a past lifetime, but also a resolution. And you know, Mercury is actually connecting with Chiron in Aries. So we're sort of trying to find ways to cure this, these issues of self-worth, this physical wound, this psychological, emotional wounding. And the possibility is that we can heal it. We're going through a healing process. It says it right here. The divine is always helping you remember who you are and find your true joy. And Leo does bring up that word joy, very much so. When the dark angel appears, you are being given a gift of light, even if it may seem to be a hidden blessing. That's a beautiful message. Okay, I do want to read the rest of the message here. So let's go. I'm also at the end of the passage that I'm reading here. I'm going to take 3 Lenormand. So stay with me. We'll see what those three Lenormand say. Let's go. A dark mystery is one that helps us learn that even if things don't seem to be working out according to the timing or the methods that we believe necessary, the light and love of spirit are unfailing. If a door is closed in your face, it is the wrong door for you. Divine love will ensure that the right door opens at the right time. There's the 1111 doors. It's like portals that are opening. When you encounter darkness, how you respond can make either the dark or the light victorious. You can choose doubt and fear, or you can force the darkness to serve the light by choosing trust and faith. You are spiritually advanced enough to trust unconditionally. That is the trust that burns bright, not only when things appear good, but even when your mind thinks things seem to be heading in the wrong direction. Does unconditional trust mean that you give up if things get tough, assuming it is not meant to be? Of course not. Relying on unconditional trust and understanding the dark mystery, you are willing to go through periods of not knowing. You are willing to continue on your path even when you are not seeing immediate results, because in your heart you know it's right. And that's the Two of Swords here, because obviously the decision that will be made is in concern to the light which comes from our heart, not from our mind. Okay, you are willing to continue on your path even when you are not seeing immediate results, because in your heart you know it's right. This type of trust is powerful enough to release any separation between you and the universe. You know that even when the universe guides you into challenging territory, you shall benefit, grow in divine power, and become the amazing being you are destined to be. Praying to the beautiful dark angel and writing, drawing, dancing your feelings, or dialoguing with your dream images, you can work through the pain of a challenging time and grow in wisdom. What matters is that you honestly express the depth of your suffering. Then, when you are ready, acknowledge that the experience has helped you grow and become stronger, I'm going to say. As we realize how we have grown through the experience, turning what was once a source of pain into spiritual light, we masterfully, that's a difficult word, transform our deepest pain into our greatest growth and spiritual accomplishment. We become true spiritual alchemists, releasing light from darkness. As you learn to put more faith in love than in fear, your trust becomes increasingly unconditional, and you find the light even through the dark. In this way, you become initiated in the mystery of the dark angel. Then you can show others that this is possible. You can help heal others from victim consciousness and show them that inner peace is possible even when they are facing the unpredictable twists and turns of life. If you have been going through a difficult time or struggling to heal an issue, the dark angel promises that even through the depths of despair, you shall find the light. In your own time, you will rise again into trust, restored faith and hope. All will be well. Let's read the invocation. I call upon the wisdom of unconditional love, and I may be empowered to see the true light within everything and everyone, including that which holds the outward appearance of darkness. I honor the truth that darkness serves a purpose, and I treat it always as an opportunity to strengthen the light. I call upon the light of divine love to ignite the light of my own heart, strengthening it each day. Through divine grace, I'm always held in the light. May divine grace shine through me and into the hearts and minds of all beings upon the earth. So be it. That's a beautiful message, and I want to show you the card. It is an amazing, it's such a beautiful, beautiful card, which reminds me, again, I'm going to say Archangel Lophiel, who came to me in my dreams, was exactly like this, but he had shorter hair and he had a golden aura. Remember that, I'm going to say in mythology, Pluto was the brother of Jupiter, but he was the fallen angel. And I'm going to say again, everything is made up of the light and the dark. Everything is made up of energy, yin and yang. Those, when they work together, you know, that middle point, as I always say, nothing is only black or white. There's so many shades of grey. But also when we come through a place of heart and a place of not fearing and knowing that Spirit has got our back, that's when we can start our new chapter in our life, okay? That's when we can release things that do not work for us, things that are holding us back. And in releasing, we are free to move forward. We're so much more light-weighted, right? And we've got the possibility to go on that journey, on that new cycle, that new portal that's opened. It's all about risk-taking, isn't it? It's all about knowing, having that knowing within our hearts, trusting our intuition, believing in our dreams, that we can actually manifest those dreams. So, dear Spirit, please show me. I'd like to also send my love to Peter. Peter, you know who you are. Virgo. Peter, Virgo. Let's see what's going on. Oh my God, we've got the ring, which does speak to weddings. We've got the clouds. We've got the clouds, and the clouds speak to fear of the unknown. It speaks to that Neptunian energy. It speaks to fall. And fall is it's the time when those leaves fall off the trees. It's a very, it's an energy of solitude. It's an energy of going within. It's an energy of letting go of the past as we are going through a process of change. Okay, now this may also, I suppose, indicate the season of fall, autumn for some of you. This does speak to the lack of clarity. It speaks to insecurities, secrets, doubts, misunderstandings. This is the King of Wands, and the King of Wands is someone that has got the ability to create. This could speak to someone who's in a position of taking power, but he doesn't have all the information. Now, for some of you, of course, you're doubting that this is someone who's got the courage to move forward and take charge. I mean, the king has a knowing, right? The king is in charge. Or this is saying that this king, whoever this is, Leo, Sagittarius, or Aries, it has been holding secrets. There's the fox. I mean, how on point is this? How on point. So obviously we've got a King of Wands, someone who's showing their desire. Wands is fire. It's vocation. It's risk-taking. It's driven, very driven, action-orientated. The ability to create. And we could be talking about someone that's just very creative. So we've got strong fire within the divine masculine. But it could also speak to the fact that this divine masculine, because the clouds are Pisces, there's a lot of strong confusion, or there is the energy of Pisces here. We've got the Nine of Wands. Nine of Wands says someone's been through a lot. Maybe they're holding on to secrets, this King of Wands, this king who wants to move forward, but there's a lot of lack of clarity. Maybe he's seeking the truth. Nine of Wands speaks to someone having been through a lot, or someone that's looking for a way out pertaining to the past. Is it information? What is it? And we've got the King of Swords. So hoping to communicate. King of Swords is truth. King of Swords has got the ability with that sword to cut through the confusion. And this is a 3, just like the Dark Angel. 30 and 30, again, the Empress. The Lily speaks to Chiron in Virgo, so an open wound pertaining to, I'm going to say the axis, Pisces, Virgo. So we've got, as I spoke of, fall, and we've got the card of winter. So we are transitioning. We are transitioning, right? And the Fox. Number 14, which pertains to Archangel Michael and Temperance. This is Pluto and Scorpio, so it's a difficult time that we're going through. Okay, the Fox can speak to someone who is who holds a lot of caution, or this suspicion, or trickery, or miscommunication, or secrets being withheld. But the Lily also speaks to virtues, to morality and ethics, wisdom. So receiving the wisdom after finding information maybe that was hidden. We could be also talking about a strong sexual relationship, or remember that the Lily speaks to pure energy, so a Mother Mary, pure divine union that is very ethical. Maybe one person has held on to ethics and morality and the other has not. It will be different for each of you. Let's see what's at the bottom. This is a beautiful card, actually. The Lily is one of my favorite cards. Okay, there's purity, there's new energies, and I believe with the winter, because it's a winter energy, we're sort of coming out of hibernation. Now here we've got the Knight of Wands. So we've got Knight of Wands, King of Wands, King of Swords. So where someone was showing up as much more sexual, maybe some of you could have been dealing with someone that was at a physical distance, from a different area of the world, different religion, different beliefs. So we've got an 11, and this is the whip, and this is something very sudden. It's very quick. It's a quick cutting. It can speak to conflict. It can speak to conversations or debates or any form of opposition. Okay, 11 is the Justice card. It is all about fate and justice and harmony and relationships. Again, 11 is a portal. So we've got a 7 and an 11. 11 is a master number, so we cannot add it. So 11 and 7 is 18, 24, and 5 is 29, and 29 and 3 is 32, which equals a 5. And 5 is the Hierophant, and it can speak to marriage or someone's commitments or holding on to beliefs, family issues. Remember, the Hierophant holds 2 keys. The Hierophant is Taurus. It's where the North Node is facing, which is saying that we need to get uncomfortable and follow our North Node. And I don't know if this speaks to second chances pertaining to marriage or The Hierophant can also speak to a large group of people. So, you know, a business hierarchy situation. The Hierophant for me is not an easy energy. But I also remember that the Hierophant speaks to faith, and it's asking for us to hold on to the faith. That's exactly what today's message was as well, with the Dark Angel here. Okay, and before I go, I'd just like to let you know that Valentine's Day being just around the corner, I'm offering a 10% discount on all my readings. Valentine's Day is a very big day for love, and the way the astrology is right now, with Venus retrograding in Capricorn, connecting to Pluto. She'll be doing a special dance with Mars. The next couple of months will be very important for matters of love, partnership, and all that we value, all that we love. So I'm offering a 10% discount on all my readings. You can visit my website. You can see the link beneath the video. You can go there and choose your reading. Then you will email me at divinedebut11@gmail.com so I can send you out the link with a discount. The code which you will write in your email is Valentine. Okay, so this offer is on from now and will end on Valentine's Day, on the 14th of February. All right, so the code is Valentine. Please mention it in your email so that I know I need to give you a 10% discount on whichever reading you choose from through my website. All right, and the quicker you get in, the first, obviously, the sooner you will get your reading, as many people have got many questions pertaining to love. So the sooner you get in, the quicker you will receive your reading. All right, everyone. And with that, I will leave you. Do not lose the faith. Whatever it is that you're going through that's difficult right now, we're coming into beautiful frequencies, energies, as soon as Mercury turns direct and Venus turns direct, which will be from the beginning, from 3rd or 4th February. All the planets will be moving direct, so it's all about moving forward. All right, no more limitations and restrictions. It's time to take action. Not right now. We're still dealing with matters to do with the past. It's not time now. The midwife says it's not time to push now to give birth. We need to have that green light. We don't have the green light yet, so be patient. Remember, fall and winter. We're coming out of our hibernation, which is the Hermit. The Jupiter card is here. It's a matter of timing. We'll be seeing that green light very soon. Hold on until then. Love you all so much. Talk to you soon. Ta-da.